spoke with the Spurs head coach, Greg Popovich.
Coach, you got to be very happy with the play so far of the game from your guys coming off the bench.
Well, I think they're playing pretty well in transition, and we're making some shots, and we're ahead, so that's a good thing.
Do you like the pace of the game?
We have to have a good pace. If we play half court, their defense is too good. Our only shot is to keep the pace going.
Who's the one guy who has the
third question, isn't it? Did you just get two?
My bad.
On this edition of Let's Talk Battle Rap Podcast, brought to you by the Gotham Podcast Studios. Here we are, big week. August 18th is the return of Murda Mook battling Aye Verb. Rare Breed Entertainment, brick by brick. Here on the phone, we have friend of the show who always does these playbooks with us, Coach Bad Money.
What's going on? What's going on?
And you guys already know Program V is in the building as always.
Yo, 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 what's good, y'all?
Program V is here for scheduled regular programming. We're going, you know what I'm saying? Got the bar right there.
Facts, man.
And here we are, guys. Another playbook in another week.
Yes, sir. Damn, man, I feel like we working overtime, man, between all these events going on in August and whatnot, man. Battle rap has been restless.
We said in July August was going to be crazy, and it has been.
Here we are, man. Here we are. And now, like you said, brother, Brick by Brick is coming up this Saturday. RBE, Murda Mook, Aye Verb, man. I'm turned up for this, man. I can't wait. We're on Tuesday right now. The days are counting down. The press conference is coming up. Everyone's coming to town. I'm turned, man.
Let's crack open this playbook. Well, before we crack open the playbook, ladies and gentlemen listening to the show, we appreciate you for always listening and supporting the show. Support Battle Rap Media. If you want to follow the show, Twitter, Instagram, LTBR Podcast. You can email us as well if you have any inquiries at letstalkbattlerap@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I got the plugs out the way,
hello,
let's rock.
Let's get this playbook cracking. You know what I'm saying?
Where do we even begin with this whole card? Like, it's a lot to. Do we before we crack open the playbook? Do we talk about the atmosphere, the environment, the huddle before we even get to this game?
Yeah, man. First of all, Club Drum. You know what I mean? Lower East Side.
Mm-hmm.
We already know. Smaller venue. So we know it's going to be a little bit more intimate, but that's the way that they want it. We're going to be able to hear all the bars. It's going to be super personal, super up close. Everyone will have a good seat in the building. I mean, we all going to be standing, but we all going to be able to enjoy it. And this could be one of those cards, man, if everyone shows up and do what they need to do, man, because the way that they've positioned themselves for this card, B.
All right. I'm going to get this, I'm going to spend 30 seconds on this, get it all the way out the way, because you know, you and I don't ever really do the league versus league thing. But at the end of the day, when leagues compete, the fans win.
Mm-hmm.
Because we get good battles. We get battlers that are hungry. We get people that are hungry to put out good material and content for us. Free content, because, you know, people drop it on YouTube eventually down the line.
Uh-huh.
So Summer Madness 7 and the Rare Breed car was, I guess, in a little competition with the fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Summer Madness 7 turned out the way it did.
Mm-hmm.
So now, you know, it's kind of like in a battle where the first round the MC doesn't do so well. Now, yeah, you may have the opportunity to win the round, but you still got to win the round.
Facts, man.
So now, you know, RB's up to plate. They're at the free throw line, but you got to sink those free throws.
They got to sink both of them, brother. And if it's a 1-and-1,
if it's a 1-and-1, J.R. Smith catches the ball.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
Come on,
I'm
bro.
sorry.
You're breaking my heart right now, man.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, man. You excited? Talk to me, brother.
No, you have to be excited. Murda Mook's coming back. You have to be excited.
That's all that needs to be said about that one right there. You know what I'm saying? But
Coach, how you feeling about this thus far? This event, the atmosphere, the marketing. Now the week 2.
Man, I feel like I'm excited to see what's going to happen. You know, I think as far as the main event, their focus, I'm interested to see how the rest of the card is going to turn out. Because there's a lot of matchups on there I didn't expect to see coming. You know, I think it's going to be dope. You know, time to show them through. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, on the internet, you know what I'm saying, during all this time since this big card been announced. So, we'll see. You see, we back it up.
Yeah, man. So, France, man, you want to start from the bottom of this card here? Let's go.
We're gonna hit the randomizer at one point in time.
Yeah, we can always pull the randomizer out.
So first, I want to give RBE credits because they didn't draft away from their usual routine. They stick to the program. They said we're still gonna have a 1SK. So you probably will never see a top 10 in a Spanish Harlem on the same card with like a Murda Mook.
Right. Yo, man, the fact that they're on this card is that their pictures are on it is kind of crazy, man. It's one of those things you can hang up on the wall when you're older and show your grandkids that I was on the card with Murda Mook. And top 10 and Spanish Harlem are both on this card, man. Salute to those guys. Kudos to them. And kudos to Lawrence for putting that together also.
Shout out to Lawrence. Definitely, to be honest, man, this is a good match. Top 10, I like top 10. I feel like as a whole, I've seen top 10 a few times live. Battle QPs, Battle Reaperell. It's battle a handful of guys, right? And my only concern with top 10 is that I feel that this might come off a little harsh, right?
Go for it, player.
But I think he's a little cocky, where it's like he knows he's good and he's gifted, he's good, he's talented. But I think he needs to also be open-minded to realizing that, you know, there's certain moments the magnitude is bigger than where it needs to be, and I need to match that magnitude, and I need to match that level of intensity. You know what I'm saying? And I think he can take that. He could take his pen, his performance, everything to the next level if he's just like open, like if he's like if he self-actualizes with himself to say, you know what, I could get better here, I could get better there, I could do this, I could do that. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of his confidence, man, and the way that he comes out. Even besides the battles, I was listening to an interview with him, and just the way that he was just. The excitement that he had for the battle, the way that he was just amped for it, the way that he's talking about he wants to crush this guy. And I haven't seen a damn thing from his opponent talking about, you know, what's going on in this battle, which kind of concerns me. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm wholeheartedly going for the guy who's out there that we already have seen a pull from, and we know that he wants this, and just the confidence level that he has right now going into this, the swagger is like kind of crazy.
Beyond the marketing, I do think top 10 has a better advantage of this match as a whole. But my thing about it is just he's good, but I want to see him reach higher levels. You know, so when there's people that you know that are talented and they're good and they can reach those levels, you're a little more critical sometimes.
Facts, yeah, definitely. Whenever somebody has that super talent, you want to see them exceed. But this is the card to do it. If there's any card to do it, if
they're gonna set the tone.
And if we learned anything from Saturday, complete your task. You know what I'm saying? So they have a great opportunity to set the tone for a wonderful night, man. We expect nothing less than that. Coach Money, what you think about this battle?
I think, you know, pretty much it's up to both guys to try to make a name for themselves, you know.
Hold on, bro. You cut up a little bit.
Are you on the microphone or are you on the phone?
I'm not headphones there.
All right, cool. You mind trying it without the headphones just to see?
Hold on. We good?
Much better.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, crispy.
I think at the end of the day, it's up to both of them. You know, to try to walk away with their names being said when everybody walks out of this event. You know, they're going to kick this event off, and you know, there's a lot of big matchups on this card. So for real, this is like show and prove. You know, main stage.
Basically,
you know,
yeah.
Because you never know who's going to be in the building. You know, and you never know what type of aspirations these guys have outside of that arena, you know, because a card of this magnitude, you know, you're getting this opportunity on, you could be able to change your life, you know, just having a good performance on this stage. So what I like to both of them is just to go up there and put on a show.
Make a name for yourself. Show and prove.
I agree.
With that being said, big friends, man, we're going to move on to the next one, player.
Shouts to those guys, and I do hope that the 1SK delivers, because there's been some really good 1SKs in the past.
Yeah.
So the next battle on the card, do I hit the randomizer or do I go in order? Fuck it, Ill Will and Big T.
Ooh. Coach Money, let's go to you first on this one. Ill Will and Big T, we cracking open the playbooks. Player, talk to me.
This is a good matchup. A lot of people said this matchup didn't make sense. Oh, my God, why are they on a card and battling each other and stuff like that? But this is a good matchup. for both of them. And I think Big T is coming in to prove a point. Big T is coming in to the show, and it will just gave him some more ammunition, after last week's debacle, in Las Vegas or whatnot. So, man, Will have to come in there hungry, and just making everybody say forget about all that.
It was always consistent on RBE, so I didn't worry about Ill Will in this environment as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to be honest, guys, Big T is peaked.
You think that's it?
I think he will still have good performances, but he will never reach his echelon level of the past, and that's okay, because us as fans, we're unreasonable sometimes. Us as fans, that we want every rapper to reach back into their old bag. Like even just in rap, right? You'll want this person to go back to their debut album, their second album, go back to that old voice.
Yeah.
Times has changed, and as an artist, you can't expect them to be as creative and as efficient all the time, 100% of the time. It's just not. It's not possible. So, Big T is going to be good because a lot of people are doubting him. A lot of people think he's way past his prime. People think he's not even good anymore. I think he's still good. I just know what Big T was capable of in his prime. And it's just like, to know you're not going to get that all the time and you hold those performances so dear, it stays in the back of your mind sometimes.
I mean, one thing that I still like about Big T is that, he doesn't always deliver necessarily, but he's still super original to me. You know what I mean? After all of these years, like, I'm still, like, when he delivers, like, I still dig his style. Like, I still look forward to seeing what Big T has to bring. And he's kind of like one of these dudes, too, that's, like, when you back DNA into a corner, you get a wild animal. You know what I'm saying? Big T has been getting dragged through the media. He's been getting dragged on the socials. He's been getting dragged on YouTube for a minute now.
Let me ask you, do you want to see Big T be more lyrical or perform more?
I don't know, man. I think
I wouldn't mind seeing him go a lyrical route, but with the Big T flavor, with the Big T flair. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Money? What you prefer to see, a lyrical Big T or performing Big T?
I think Big T's only problem is breath control.
Big T sometimes has a... Go ahead.
He got a flow, you know what I mean, to how he raps, and sometimes he tries to cram too many words into a sentence, and it kind of makes, like, the flow that he's trying to create uneven. And really with him, it just comes down to taking out a word and adding a word at certain points that'll help you be able to get a certain breath that you need to take.
Talk that rap
to get out what you're trying to say.
Rap 101.
I think that's Big T's problem. I think that's the only thing, that's keeping him from, getting higher battles.
Yeah. Big T, he's definitely a Midwest legend in this thing, and has been around forever. And Ill Will is also a Midwest legend who's definitely been putting it down for a hot second, too. Any concern, fellas, with Will just coming off SM7, you know what I'm saying, a few days ago? Like, any concerns for that?
Not to burst your bubble about the Ill Will Summer Madness 7 performance, but it's funny you mentioned Midwest and Big T battle Oops. It's kind of like Big T still has, like, love to, like, clash with Midwest guys. Yeah. He was booked for Verb this year, but it didn't go down.
That's right, it didn't go down, yeah.
So it's like he wanted to battle Verb, didn't go down. He battled Oops, now he's going to battle Ill Will. Like, I think maybe his brothers in the Midwest culture, in the Midwest circle, they still bring that out of him.
That's interesting. I didn't really think about that. But so if they did that, and not for nothing, going back to the Oops performance, he wasn't bad.
That's the most I've seen him spin in his life. That was crazy. That wasn't a lyrical Big T. That was a performing Big T.
He was pulling a pot of puree. He was doing all kinds of,
he looked like Zangief with all the spins.
Your Big T was wilding up there. I wasn't mad at that performance, man.
No, I liked it.
I wasn't mad. It was good. So if he brings anything close or remotely close to that, and
that's not enough for Ill Will, though.
I'm not saying it's enough, but it's enough for me to be happy with what, you know what I'm saying, with what he could bring on Saturday, because it's all opinionated anyway, you know what I'm saying? But as far as that level of performance and bars, like, I wasn't mad at that. It was entertaining. I had enough bars in there. I got some classic Big T joints. But I think, like, on a super small stage, we got to take this into account too. The RBE stage is not that big for you to be dancing around on and spinning around on and launching rocket launchers, missiles and shit. You know what I'm saying? You might have to get a little bit more dense with the lyrics on that one because you just can't dance around like that.
And going back to the Ill Will battle, no, I'm not concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not concerned. Ill Will is having a great year before this debacle. It is what it is.
Do you think he's up for the task of battling Big T?
Well,
Coach Money, do you feel like he's excited for this? Because we've seen him look lackluster when he battled Red. So is there any concern for that coming into this RBE battle for you, Money?
He'd probably be more motivated for Big T.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he should have been motivated for Red. But at the end of the day, I mean, I don't care what he's motivated for. You know what I mean? He need to come in there and win. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, like, again, I'm not concerned because it's just like we said last time, Summerman 7 was like a fluke performance. We're probably not going to have those series of bad performances again. And, you know, Money said this plenty of times. He said Ill Will's, you know, has trouble with a 2-battle streak. He'll win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Be great, inconsistent, great, inconsistent. So he's inconsistent. But if you're playing the odds, he was good against Math, loss. Good against Top 1. Bad against Red, loss, right? So he's due for a win, right? Loss, win, win.
And Big T is 50 Cent's favorite battle rapper.
Right.
Yep.
Man, unless 50 Cent is going to come in there and bring the strap, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't going to help him. You feel me?
Yo, if Ill Will has to get the strap bar, I said too much.
I get the strap.
I said too much. I've said too much already, but
that'd be interesting, man. But I mean, as far as Will, man,
I think we talked a lot about how the MCs are at the moment, but what about how the match is going to go?
That's what I was just about to get to, man. Like, what does Will need to do to clearly get this match for you, Coach?
He need to go in there, you know, exercise, you know, all his strengths and abilities. He need to definitely have some type of freestyle about what's going on. You know what I mean? And take shots at whoever is on the card. Period. Like, Ill Will has the talent to come in there and steal the show, you know, from everybody on this card. But I don't know, man. It's just Ill Will's like up and down, man.
I predict Big T to go first.
Mm-hmm.
I think Big T's gonna go first. I think Big T is looking to out the gate just push his pen, and I think Ill Will be looking to perform. That's how I see this battle going. I think Big T's gonna say, you know what? Let me take advantage of this crowd. They probably want to hear my ear. They're gonna lend me their ears. I might go early in the night. Boom. Ill Will's gonna say, well, I wasn't as energetic as I should have been recently. Let me bring that back. And, you know, he had the big fat funky Terrell. I'm sure he'll pull out a song for Big T.
Man, Big T, go lyrical your first round, bro. Like, go lyrical and work on that pen. Have brothers review it for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just rely.
Make it one of those I don't catch everything in the building.
Exactly.
Rounds.
And not only that, do that thing where you play with the flow. You know what I'm saying? Play with the flow. Throw those sneaky joints in there and really get lyrical that first round and continue to build. And if you can land your third with some extra performance on that stage, man, that's how I would definitely coach T to go at this battle. I don't say go and do spins all 3 rounds and 100 hand slaps. Start off super lyrical, come out in the second, joke on Will, because, you know, you can – Big T's a funny dude also. You know what I'm saying? He's hilarious himself.
He hasn't been funny in a while, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, man.
Battle with Cali Smooth. Battle with Mike P. He got bodied by 40 bars. His battles that don't flop, they're okay.
I hear you, player. But this is, you know, sometimes we have these game plans, and when the guys, we've seen dudes who went with some of the things that we've said, and it worked out well, and then some other things we did try to you know what I'm saying, guess, and they didn't go that way, and it didn't go so well. But with T, I feel like, you know, he got to get back into that funny bag, too, and just have some fun with it, man, because you can see, like, he's tired, man. You know what I mean? It's been a long career. He's tired, but he sounds to be rejuvenated for this card. But I want him to go lyrical, joke, and then come with some classic haymakers to end the third for me. You know what I mean? How you cracking that book open for T?
T got to go back in there and get back to the old T. Be energetic, and I mean, and he said he want to play a game where it's called Y'all Must Have Forgot.
So
You know what I mean? So I want to see what's that about.
that's underrated with Big T too, because he's low key pulled out a few moves, man. You know what I'm saying? That got pretty within that NWX. They always got a new move, a new wrinkle that they
That's the
pull
thing.
out.
Look,
that's fire.
Big T and T Top, when they joined NWX, they got their performance game up, and now they're definitely a little more catered to performing and strategizing than, in my opinion, than being the lyricists that some of these guys are. But I think Big T needs to revert back to being that. I want to see not close to, because I'm not gonna make it a bar to compare it, and I'll be disappointed. But I want to see like a Big T similar to like the DNA Big T.
Yeah, that was fine. That was a dope Big T. That's a good
exactly.
call right there.
That's a high
Okay,
bar.
shine, Big T.
And you know, and not for nothing, I don't like to always just go back and say, "Oh, if we can get the Big T."
Yeah, I don't like to neither. But like that's what I'm kind of envisioning.
Facts, but that would be dope, man. Lyrics, a little performance, man, and a little bit of joking,
a little talking to you. Feel me?
Yeah. How you ugly and soft? Yeah, that was one of the classic lines.
You wouldn't
ever.
look in the eyes of somebody trying to grill you.
How
So
you
try
gonna
looking in the eyes of somebody trying to kill you.
You know?
You're in the back. Talk to him. Talk to him.
You know what I mean? Like and that's the thing. Big T doesn't have to go super crazy. Like he doesn't have to reach too far out to go all non-conventional and all crazy. You know what to do, big fella. Just got to deliver that
big
joint.
boy
Man.
talk on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Big T has a career outside battle rap. Like he tours a lot. You know what I'm saying? And makes music. Like he really popping out here.
Facts,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? So.
But I am looking forward to this battle, man. Both guys have been favorites of mine for a minute. This is the first time that I'm gonna actually get to see Big T perform in person.
Really?
Yeah, we saw Will perform at the last card, Pearly Gates 2.
Yeah,
I've
seen every guy on this card in person.
So
I'm happy
yeah,
about
so
that.
Big Tuna, I'm excited to see you in person for the first time, player. Ill Will, last time I saw you, you did your thing. So I'm excited for this matchup, man. I can't wait to see this thing go down, player. On to the next one, my dude.
You know what? Let's drop back down to the card. Let's drop down,
snap.
which I don't think deserves to be at the bottom of the card. Just pointing out there, Swave, Seva, and B Dot. And I want to say this. We're gonna do this playbook really early. This is my second favorite match on this card.
Hell
I'm sorry, I know he's gonna top Mook and Verb. I'm sorry, but they easily are my favorite match of this card.
Yeah. Yeah, but when I saw that this battle got announced, I said, "Oh shit,
I loved it.
We got a battle. Here.
I loved it.
We have a battle."
Because I was always thinking about like, all right, so B Dot is going to come to New York and battle. You know what I mean? And it's just about who he battles. And I think Swave is like the perfect person for B Dot to battle, you know, on his intro to New York battle, because Swave is coming to hold New York down.
He's gonna be like Batman up in this bitch.
Let's crack this playbook. Who we want to crack the playbook for first?
We'll start with
Let's
B Dot.
All right, we'll start with B Dot. Right, we'll start with the fresher blood.
Bars.
Oh yeah, there you go. We'll start with the fresher blood. I think. Look, people forget sometimes B-Dot can punch, and he's pretty good at it, you know? So I think you're going to get a B-Dot that, like, he's not going to overly do the angling, and he's going to come in there and show you guys, like, yo, what do you want? I'll give you punches. You know, like, he can give you different versions of himself. He can go face painted up, or he can go all sued out, right? All that good stuff. I think B-Dot says, you know what? I'm going to go there, and I'm going to – see, this is a problem, right? B-Dot coming to New York, he has to realize he has to punch for that crowd, but his opponent is somebody that you're not just going to pure punch with.
For the whole joint, yeah.
Yeah.
Coach Money.
I feel like B-Dot has to, you know, cash in on the shock factor. You know, B-Dot stepped outside of the West and came to New York. He already left the West and went to Atlanta and battled Loso at Bullpen. And he went off in that battle. You know what I mean? So he can't go in there playing around with Swede. So there's a big about his character.
Not to cut you off, there's a big difference between Loso in Atlanta, even though it was on Bullpen, and Swave in New York on RBE.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Because technically it's still mutual grounds, Atlanta and they're both coming up together. So this is kind of like, you know, somebody in your class, you're making the classic whiff, versus you're battling one of the OGs of
in
the
New
city,
York, yeah.
of the city in his backyard.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at too. You know what I mean? Because I'm just saying the fact that a lot of B-Dot's top, opponents like Cortez and Danny Myers, Strick and them like took place on the West Coast. And there was always a thing about him leaving the West. Remember, it was a thing with him supposed to battle Aye Verb on the West that he didn't want to come to St. Louis to do it, right? And it was always like, oh, we need to get B-Dot on URL. And he gets on URL like towards the end of last year, and then URL goes on tour this year. So he's coming to New York. You know what I mean? He has to cash in on that, and he has to, be able to go up there with some type of game plan for Swave, because that's the only way you're going to be Swave. Period. He's got to have some type of game plan, some type of strategy.
He's got to have a combination of punching and also like talking to him, where it's like you can't sun me, but at the same time entertain the crowd and also punch Swave to the point where it's like, not only can you not sun me, you can't outpunch me.
Right.
I think B-Dot definitely has to paint a narrative in this battle, and him coming to New York for the first time is not a small thing. Especially for one of the guys who is a West Coast giant at this point. You know what I mean? He's one of the modern day pillar guys of this new last few years, you know what I'm saying, to really rejuvenate a whole scene. You know what I'm saying? And now you are spearheading the movement over to New York. B-Dot's a guy who's big on history.
Hey, he's gonna battle New York before Geechee.
Well, on a main stage, right? Yeah, because Geechee already came to New York.
No.
He had a PG in New York.
That was in Cali.
Did he battle TY in New York? Geechee battled somebody in New York, B. He battled someone in New York. It was a small PG. He battled someone in New York.
I might fact check you on that.
Snake, because I remember Snake Eyes and him were going back and forth. I had the best thing that night. You ain't do nothing. I had to borrow the night. And Geechee's like, yeah, well, I'm Geechee now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna keep cooking while you fact check. You know what I'm saying? But this is a big narrative. This is the first time one of the newer, more prominent guys is coming to a league that's respected, and he's gonna hit that stage. We know B-Dot knows his history. We know B-Dot likes to tell stories.
Well, the battle was vaulted, so we're gonna count it.
I mean, he did. I was just pointing out that he came out. You know what I'm saying?
But it was vaulted. We never seen it. So there you go.
But regardless, though, I need a little, New York hip hop history from B-Dot, but with him talking to Swave and telling Swave exactly where he feels his position in this whole New York hierarchy goes over the course of time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because Diz kind of touched on that in the Swave battle years ago. You know what I mean?
Not that I hate that, but it's like sometimes like I just want to see B-Dot as the lyricist and the puncher versus always with an angle. But like, you have to come with an angle against him, right?
Yeah.
That's who he's built himself to be at this point. Like when he battled Emerson Kennedy was trying to angle B-Dot to death, and B-Dot's like, I ain't got no conscious shit for you.
Right.
I got all bars.
Right. Nah, man, listen. I don't know if he just goes with just all bars coming out here for the first time. You know what I'm saying? People gonna want to see the full package. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All the skills that you got. You know what I mean? This is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying?
This is a tough match.
Yeah.
This is not an easy match, bro. And Swave is no walk in the park, B.
I think this is the return of Red Hoodie Dot. And for a simple fact that these guys had some friction there. You know what I mean? Because B-Dot said something in one of his interviews like, as long as this nigga don't touch me, you know what I'm saying, we good. And Swave took offense to that. You know what I mean? And I think they did have a phone conversation. I try to keep up with as much as I can. I think I did listen to a phone conversation they had on Angry Fan.
They cleared it
and
up.
Cleared it up or whatnot. But that's going to play a factor in this battle. It's going to be an angle in this battle some way, form, or fashion. You know what I mean? So I think, B-Dot is going to come in on his shit like, all right.
Quick question. Has anyone ever crowded B-Dot's space? And like really got up on him?
No.
That's a problem. See, now Swave's playbook.
B-Dot knows that. That's why he threw that narrative out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knows that.
See,
he knows he already, you know what I mean, is going to try to counter right for that because of the simple fact that he knows that's something that Swave is going to do. You know what I mean? Considering the fact that he's coming to New York for the first time. And B-Dot's looking at like, all right, I'm coming to New York to battle. You know what I mean? I'm battling Swave, who's an OG in the battle rap game. And we're respected out here. And this nigga's known, you know what I'm saying, to be like about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So this nigga might try to press me. You know what I'm saying? Just for the simple fact that this is the first time that I'm coming to New York to battle. So look, I'm not having that shit. You know what I mean? And I got some punches. And I'm going to tell you why I can kick the knowledge that I'm kicking. And, like, he said also something that bothered him in his 5-question series where he was like, you know, people always attack me for Brother Polite, but it doesn't apply to me because, you know, I only have one wife.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
All right, so let's crack open the playbook for Swave, right? See, if you're Swave, you have to be a little confident in the sense where it's like this is nothing new in a sense. So like this, like B-Dot is much different than a lot of the guys you've gatekeeped, like the guys you stood in front of and shut them down. But the actual process of what you have to do isn't different than what you've done before. You know, your aura already makes it difficult for somebody to successfully execute an angle off you, and you are very deep and knowledgeable in a lot of things, so you can talk with just about anybody about any topic once you give Swave 7 at a time. Now, Swave, I don't think Swave's going to be able to punch your beat out. It is like, you know, he's a little old in the game, not old in age, I'm saying old battle rap miles. So, like, I do think he'll have some stuff that'll land, but punch for punch, B-Dot's going to have that advantage. So Swave's going to say, you know what, let me take advantage of this bulletproof armor that I have, find a way to negate these things. He's going to have to counter it. He's going to have to do one of our favorite strategies. He's going to have to counter it.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have to try to out-punch B-Dot. He has to out-battle rap B-Dot.
I think this battle is going to come down to the third round.
Before you get there, see, the thing about this battle is it's almost as if who's smarter. It's a whole strategic match because you're wondering how B-Dot is going to craft his rounds and handle the environment, and more importantly, you're wondering how Swave going to negate what B-Dot has to do because that's his reputation. Negated Young Cannon, negated Old Red, you know, negated Shotgun Suge. People forget he is the original gatekeeper. There was a point in time where Swave was in his prime, and you couldn't make a playbook to beat Swave.
Right. Also, too, with this one, but this is, I think out of all of those guys, this guy is the one with the strongest presence, I would say. You know what I'm saying?
B-Dot?
Yeah, because Cannon definitely was already tested. Okay. You know, all the other guys, QP, or, you know, whoever else that he was battling. But this guy's a guy who stands on his own, too, and knows who he is and is fully confident as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As a lyricist, as a rapper. And even though his battle rap, you know, car mileage is a little significantly less than Swave's, but he's no rookie to this. Like, he's been doing this for forever. You know what I'm saying?
I always think to myself, Swave is such a hard match. Like, how do you successfully beat Swave? I think the way
all right, who has beaten him, and what's been the best strategy that has worked against Swave in the past to you?
The clearest win against Swave in his whole entire career is probably either Verb. You say Disaster's kind of clear, even though I think it's a good back and forth.
It's a good back and forth.
But I won't call it. I won't call it clear. But we'll put Disaster there. Verb, Disaster, and Ice. Show Off.
What about Ice to you?
It's really close. It's really close. There's probably a couple others, right? But those are the top three in my head. I'm like, yo, I think of those people. They probably you could give them the nod like they beat Swave. Disaster is a great lyricist and is a great multisyllabic rapper. Verb is a great lyricist. Show Off, not so much of a performer, but just he's the one guy that said, I'm gonna go under haymaker heavy, and was successful. Was successful with it, you know. Like he a lot of guys try to do that. Red, Suge, Cannon, a lot of guys. It didn't work. You know what I'm saying? But Show Off was the outlier. So I'm not even gonna count Show Off. I guess the way to beat Swave is being lyrical, which B-Dot is. B-Dot can easily tap into that. But the problem is,
and he's got the rapid fire.
The problem is has B-Dot lost a third round yet? I think he's undefeated in that realm.
And we know Swave comes with those third rounds also.
Swave is also very well known for his third rounds.
Facts.
Yeah, but you know, B-Dot has some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's Swave in his third round.
Nah, that's the third round that I'm gonna be looking for.
B-Dot has some shit. All right, and this is how I'm gonna put it, because the consensus is that B-Dot and Verb is debatable. You know what I mean? So Sway did all that calling out of Verb all that time.
You know what's crazy? Verb and B-Dot is debatable, but it's debatable because Verb used technicalities to outsmart
That
B-Dot.
time zone.
Yeah,
So maybe
exactly.
Swave could tap into the technicality things instead of instead of the rapping of the actual battle.
That'd be interesting.
That's another.
man.
That's in Swift's playbook. Yo, hard time limits, cut off his space, intimidate him. You know, throw off his focus, stare at his eyes. Those little things will probably just throw a little edge off B-Dot.
That'll be interesting.
Maybe disrupt
man.
his focus a little bit.
And then we're gonna see B-Dot in this brand new environment. We're gonna see.
It's
how
my
he
favorite
stands
battle
up
on this
to
card.
it. This is gonna be This is gonna be a fire battle, man. I can't wait to see this battle.
Yo, you guys
B-Dot's
have picks
first-
for this?
Are we doing it? You know what? I've learned something. I'm gonna save the picks
To
for the
day of?
day of on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
We're just gonna do the breakdowns.
Yeah, why not? You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? And whatnot. So yeah. So moving on to the next one, player.
The next battle on this card, man. We'll go with Iron Solomon and Big K.
Ooh, Iron and K.
Yo, can I be honest? I know the first thing you're gonna think about is this is just a huge underdog factor. Like, do we honestly? All right, thinking of their past couple battles, their last 3 performances, right? There's no way Big K should win this match. Essentially, on paper, right?
Mm-hmm. At all.
Big K battled John the Don, Old Red, and T Top, and won 1 round in those 3 battles.
That's crazy.
That's really crazy.
That's super crazy.
And before that, he motherfucking battled Pass, and great battle with Pass. Beat Pat Stay clearly,
yeah.
and then beat JC. Having a great, phenomenal year already. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird that Big K was having such a good year, then dropped off so much. So you just wonder sometimes. You're like, yo, can he tap back into it? Does he still care for battle rap?
Can the dog make a comeback?
He's a huge underdog, but because he's a huge underdog and underdogs in battle rap, in my opinion, always have an advantage. We have a fight on our hands, in my opinion, guys.
He's due for white on white crime, baby.
He's due for one.
He's due for one. Iron got one snatched away from him and still, gave a good performance on Saturday at SM7, and now he's bringing his talents back home.
What's the playbook
New
for
York.
Big? What's the playbook for Big K, guys? What do we do?
Show up and punch. Show up and punch. Crispy punches, clean punches, head knockers, haymakers, showstoppers, rim rockers. You know what I'm saying? Bring the maracas. Yo, Big K, man, you've got to show up, brother. I don't know what you've been going through. It's not my concern. It's not my business. I'm not even trying to pry to find out what's going on with you, brother. But lately, you've been coming in the ring, lackluster, disinterested. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that Solomon is focused. He's hungry. He's got the eagle eye, and he's got tunnel vision. He's got things to work on with you. You know what I'm saying? He's got angles he can take. He's got routes he can go.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
I think this match is just a simple schemes versus punch match. What do you think, Money?
Essentially.
Yeah, it is. But I ain't the last in there with a puncher. We seen it.
Mm-hmm.
He lasted in there with a way better puncher than Big K is in Rum Nitty. So
yeah, and he stood toe to toe with homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So punches ain't nothing new. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
not
when
like
you
he ain't
watch
see it.
Iron Solomon interviews about this match, he talks like he's disgusted with Big K. Like, because he probably seen the potential in Big K and how Big K had at one point in time, had people saying like he was the top battle rapper.
He was the top
and
dog,
some
one of the
people,
top dogs.
So Iron Solomon's going to tap into that and dissect it. We talked about this before. Iron is a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like we're hanging onto a thread for Big K. I mean, but with the past data, what else can you do, right?
What has he been showing us? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for us to really sit there. He's gonna pull this one out. Like he just
here's an interesting dynamic about Big K and Iron Solomon. Both these guys had a very relevant, efficient, and strong level career off URL.
Mm-hmm.
And DNA said it a long time ago. URL's a machine. There's not many guys that can get off URL and stay relevant and be good. And honestly, yeah, Big K's in a little bit of a slump. And, you know, with a little bit of a slump in the battle rap mileage, you wonder sometimes, can he ever get it back? But Big K against Ilmac, Big K against the Swords, Big K against Ill Will, Big K against Head Ice. I can see it. Big K against Big Cannon, Big K against Show Off. It's there. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. You can expect one great round from Big K. I think he literally has to just say, you know how he always gives you one good round? He has to say, I have to make this into 3 rounds, and that's it.
Yeah, like Big K seems like he's out of battle rap stamina.
Say that one more time.
The Big K seems like he's out of battle rap stamina.
The mileage,
You know what I
man.
mean?
The mileage. People forget there's mileage on this shit.
The wind's here.
Yeah, we trade the car in. You know what I'm saying? It's time to put our dog down.
See,
You know we don't want to.
Big K's the finance car and Iron's the lease.
That's what it's looking like, right? When the new model comes out, you know what I'm saying? You get the new body. You know what I'm saying? New car smell.
You know it's bad because we're only drawing a playbook for Big K. Like, we know Iron's going to go in there and do what he has to do.
Facts. Like, I'm not even tripping over that. You know what I'm saying? The only
Like, all we concerned about is what can Big K do to respond.
That's it. And it's not like Big K comes out there trying to counter ride or trying to play defense or anything like that.
He does angle from time to time, but what do you know, can you really out angle Iron Solomon?
And my thing is, if he does try to go for angles, will he go for the obvious, you know, angles that we've heard before that are kind of like, I don't really want to go there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I don't want to hear about, you know what I'm saying, his pause situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about, you know, the Skittles all over again. You know what I mean? Like, he's been on fire since then.
He's
so
way past that.
what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, you got to, yeah, man. I don't know. The dog, he's got a task for himself.
Where do we rank Big K as an underdog in all-time battle rap? Is he high underdog or is he a regular underdog?
When was the last time he was a clear-cut underdog and then he came out and was on fire in that battle? Come on.
I don't
man.
know, man.
There's not many matches where he's been that big of an underdog. Like, he's had moments where
Maybe
like,
Ilmac.
Ilmac, Ice, you know, those matches that you kind of like, all right, let's see what he can do. Big Cannon, right? Because Big Cannon can freestyle. He's more well-rounded than him. Maybe even JC, right? Whatever. But nothing like this because Iron is is a more well-rounded rapper, can do more things. And right now, the Iron is hot for Iron. No pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's striking. And Big K is striking out. So like when you think of their last 3, there's literally no reason why you can't say Iron Solomon should win this battle. So that's why I'm asking. Is Big K one of the biggest underdogs we've seen in a long time?
I mean, in this battle, I clearly have him as the underdog, but I will say for Big K, besides clean punches, bro, you got to get up there and be energetic, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be energetic. You ain't got to go out there and do, you know, wild, act out your bars or anything like that. But that second round that you had at the volume, it just wasn't it. You know, it was just more like some mixtape bars, some random rhyming, wasn't looking at top, wasn't being direct, wasn't hardcore. We need some direct intensity, you know what I'm saying, going directly at Solomon. So even if your material is a little lackluster or is not the super A1 Big K that we're used to seeing, if you bring that intensity, if you bring that drama to him, if you get up in his face, then that'll definitely, you know, make it look like you're doing a whole lot more.
I need some
you know
Luke Skywalker with a fly swatter.
You need
Ankle
that.
monitors, turn your sweats to
Good
high waters.
waters.
I need
Facts,
some of
man.
that.
He's got
When he is so talented at rapping, there's very few people that can do what he can do. So if you get a good rapping Big K, you're gonna have a spectacular battle.
And that's all he needs to
It's
do.
an ancient myth that Big K don't lose to white guys.
Oh, that's fun. That's true. He really doesn't.
That's because
Well, him and Ilmax a low key classic, so they could go back and forth on that.
Ilmax
But
native. That's why. Ilmax Native American. That's why. Now, but if that's true though, then hey, man, maybe that's his motivation. I can't be the white guy that loses to the white guys. You know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, then we gotta get ourselves a fire Big K on Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to see Big K rap. Like the playbook is simple. The playbook is simple. I just want to see him rap.
That's it, man.
He's so great at it.
Punch and punch well. That's it, brother. That's it, man. Anything else to say on this one, Coach Money?
Don't cut your round short. Big K is
Yeah,
notoriously
good
known
point.
for that.
He definitely is, man. Rap till the time limits. All right,
I have one last playbook for Big K.
go for it, my dude.
I'm gonna quote Tay Rock.
Mm-hmm.
We're only going up. Big
We're
K,
going up.
remember, we're going up.
K-Rock didn't go up.
But Big K needs
His
to,
man went up.
Big K needs to incline because Iron's already proven that he can incline, and more than likely Iron always inclines from the first or second round.
Mm-hmm.
If his third round drops off, it is what it is. That it's difficult to have three rounds inclining. Yeah. But somewhere in the battle, Iron is going to incline, meaning Big K, you have to incline as well because you don't know which moments Iron is going to strike and is going to shift from being at an 8 to a 10.
Facts, and we just saw Iron go, battling JC on 3 weeks prep and giving us good material. You know what I'm saying?
Round 1 was good. Round 2 was better. Round 3 fell flat.
Right. So, and that's within 3 weeks. We already know he had Big K in the tuck already for a minute. His rounds are probably already done. He's probably just going over them, putting the extra dusting on it and all that. So, Big K, man, bring those punches, man. Bring those heavy-ass gloves and come out with some headbangers, man. That's all I want to see on Saturday. You know what I mean? Man, on to the next one, player.
I'm going to jump into an awkward battle. King Los and Head Ice.
I don't even know where to go.
Yeah, go straight there. Danny Myers and Pat.
Nah, I'm gonna save that because that's a good. That's
a good.
That's a good.
At least
that's a good playbook.
We could talk about that one. This one is so weird.
This one
I don't
is
even know where to go with this.
Yeah, I almost don't. Look. Honestly, Coach Money, you've played organized basketball, right? And you've been on a couple teams. You know when there's that one player that no matter what play the coach draws from, this man's just gonna go nut. He's gonna just do something crazy, figure it out. Play iso ball. No matter what you craft for King Los, I don't know if he's going to necessarily follow it because he's never battled.
Yeah. I don't even know how to create a playbook for this or what to tell him. The only thing I have based upon, I'm not even going to go based on his old battles where he was freestyling and battling dudes with
early
strictly
2000s.
freestyles.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm going to go off of is when he was kicking those bars at validation when he was outside. I thought that shit was fire. You know what I'm saying? I thought those bars, not initiation. My bad. I'm sorry. Validation, initiation. Oh, fucking card names, man. Card names, crazy. But those bars were fire. And originally he was supposed to battle Daylight, and I was like, oh, this shit could really work in a Daylight battle.
That would have been a fire
This is what I'm
battle.
looking forward to.
Yes.
But now with Ice, we know Ice is hella aggressive, street bars, a lot of SMDs and this, that, and the third, ultra disrespect. And, listening to the type of character that King Los puts himself out there to be.
The clash is so
I don't
odd.
see that. I don't know how he's gonna match that, and then if he does match that, does it look weird? Because I haven't seen that from him, so I don't know what that's gonna look like. So it's not like I could tell him to bring that. Is he a funny guy? I don't know if he's is he an angler? Can he angle? Because if you're just going with the really deep, intricate bars versus, you know what I'm saying, Head Ice going whimsical on that ass, I don't even know where to start with this battle, bruh.
That doesn't work on Ice.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, I don't. What do you tell King Los? What do you tell him?
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's we're looking at it as, and Los doesn't want us to look at it as, an industry rapper. He says, quote unquote, air quotes, coming in the battle rap. You know what I mean? If you look at a lot of battles, King Los is a lot of King of the Dot events. You know what I mean? And he goes to a lot of events. He, knows he can't just go in there and rely on his sheer battle rap ability. You know what I mean? But he's going to have to go in there and figure this out because we don't know what you have. You know what I mean? So you want to show us that you're not, quote unquote, an industry rapper, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. He talks like he's on a different planet. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Or just the different wavelength of thinking, you know what I mean, that most people are. And go in there and show us. Because now you have to battle rap Head Ice. See, with Daylight, you can just go in there and rap.
Yeah, him and Daylight could have just been. They could have been lyrical miracle the whole night. We would have loved it.
Lyrical miracle spiritual.
Right. But now, you have to turn into a battle rapper.
I will say this, though.
Really, really turn into a battle rapper.
I'll say this. Los obviously, Head Ice's battle pool is way deeper than King Los's because we've seen this guy battle over the course
Everybody's
of 10 years.
battle
Right.
pool is deeper than
No, fact. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So this is cracking the playbook. This is an advantage for Los, clearly. You've seen Head Ice battle. You've seen his good battles. You've seen his weak battles. You see where his career is.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Element of surprise is always a plus.
And he's a smart guy. He can play off of that. Where is Head Ice at now? What kind of situation is he in as far as the chain is concerned? What would Head Ice like to be doing? You know what I'm saying?
I got an angle for. Actually, I don't know if King Los will open an angle.
Okay.
But I think King Los could get very intricate and deep and almost poetic with generalship, right? You know how Head Ice looks himself as like, I control everything. Right. I feel like King Los will pick apart. How do you control everything? How are you a boss? How are you a leader? How are you a general? How are
when you can't go and battle here because this man said you can, or you can't.
That
you know what
that's
I mean?
one part of it, but also he can really break down the street side of it too, and that can actually be interesting because people have tried to angle Head Ice, just hasn't been effective, really. But this could work. See, the thing is with Ice, you want to punch him out the building because he's gonna slick talk you to the point where any angle you throw him is gonna bounce off.
Right.
So King Los has a chance to probably maybe angle Ice and just make people like, you know what? I've never seen anybody question that because what does King Los have to lose?
Exactly. That's the biggest thing I was going to bring up too. Los has absolutely nothing to do, so he can say whatever the hell he wants to do. Because we gonna keep it funky. The guys who are around Ice and know they're gonna have to be around Ice for multiple battle events, they treat him with a certain respect. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have to see this man over and over again. Los ain't got to see Ice another damn day in his life.
It's like Nems won't have to see Ice ever again. And look how he got with Ice.
You know what I'm saying? So he ain't got to see him another damn day in his life. So with that being said, Los can come out and say whatever he wants. That surprise factor, if he chooses to go in that direction, because no one knows what he's going to come with. So I like the fact that he can go in any direction. And he has a chance to angle him in a round.
This is the second time Head Ice has to battle somebody that
it's been out the loop for a minute.
It's been out the loop for a minute. And obviously Head Ice is going to show that he's the better technical battle rapper. But the element of surprise is in the favor of the guy that doesn't battle the rapper. And Nems had moments where he was rapping more fluid than Ice, and I really enjoyed it because like his cadence certain moments just like sounded like 2005, 6, 7-ish to me, right?
Yeah.
King Los though, since he's way more intricate than
he sounds
Nems,
current,
and he sounds a little more current, and at least he watches battle rap because Nems was like downplaying battle rap for a long time too.
Yeah.
He watches battle rap, so maybe in the midst of it all, he can throw in those little double entendres. It's gonna pause and make a stop. I do worry about King Los's cadence control with the crowd. Like if they stop him while he's rapping mid fast.
Right.
But he's such an amazing freestyler. We almost forgot to talk about it. He's such a great freestyler that he probably won't get thrown off at any moment.
That's a fact too.
Now that we're saying this, I actually think King Los might win this match.
Yeah, that too, and because he could have turned the match down. You know what I'm saying? He could have said, yo, fuck that, I ain't fucking with that. So that makes me raise an eyebrow and go, and me personally, I know that Los's motivation is to come into battle rap and show, yo, I've done this, I can do this. I want to show y'all how to do this and help this thing progress. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Ice's motivation is for this battle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Still trying to figure out how he's allowed to battle.
Dang,
Does anybody have the answer to that?
Politics is usually wild.
Okay,
I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Just checking.
I don't try to speculate. I don't try to speculate that deep.
I don't either.
You know what I'm saying?
Just wondering if you had an answer. Just wondering.
Right.
I pressed organic up and said, "This is for all of them. You gonna let me battle?" Nigga.
Yo, you a fool. Oh man. Facts, man. So
everybody shook organic, you know what I'm saying, lunch money out of him. You know what I mean? He said, I'm doing this one. You know what I mean? He didn't let them battle Suge. You know what's crazy about them not letting Suge battle? Was that they showed up the Arsenal versus Lux. It was on stage. They was at the same event.
yeah, that was kind of nutty.
They
Man.
would not let him have that Suge battle. That was crazy.
That's kind of nutty, man. But yeah, man. I don't know. Like I said, the more we're breaking this down, there's more places for King Los to go for me in this battle. You know what I'm saying?
He has more plays. Like, all you got to tell Ice to do is just go out there and battle rap. Do what you have done the last 30 times of your career. Like, you know what to do. Los, though, he's like, yo, there's a lot of things that this works on Ice. Nobody's done this before. You can do this, you can do this, you can do that.
Yeah.
But I will say this, though. You know, I don't know what his writing process is like. You know what I mean? I don't know how quickly things get thrown together, because if you had 3 rounds of daylight bars or whatever, and now you got to reconstruct a whole other 3 rounds, and this ain't what you necessarily do on the regular, that's not, you know, a part where I kind of go, damn, how is that going to affect him? You know, and
are we concerned that King Los will choke? No, he's too good of a
he's too good of a freestyler to choke. He might go into a freestyle.
I don't see it, man. I don't see him choking. I don't know. Like, Los is up to date with what's going on in battle rap. You know what I mean? And everything. And so he's going to use that to his advantage as well, as far as, like, being up on current events and, like, Ice's career history and what's been going on. You know, like what I just said with the whole Shotgun Suge battle getting blocked and all that. So he's going to tap into that. The best strength that Los can tap into is making Ice look different as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because they have significant age difference between them. I don't even know how old Ice is. I just know everybody says he's old. You know what I'm saying? Nobody says he exactly like his age number. So I don't know.
There's
he's
an
trying to make
interview out
Ice
there.
look different as a man.
There's an interview out there, and I'm going to let you battle rap junkies go out there and find it, but it was a time where he was talking about, I want to battle Math and Sirius and all the mother legends. And it was at a bus stop. So y'all go find it. Y'all rewind it.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he goes,
and he got him. He got him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And he drops it there. So y'all go find out. But, you know, the more we talk about this battle, it might be all right, man. It might be all right. You know, it came out of left field and all that, but it might be all right, though, man. Brick by brick, we going to see how that brick comes together. You know what I mean? It better not be no water whip. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, man. So we're reaching towards the end of the card.
Yes, sir.
Just a quick 60 seconds. Can everybody just guess one surprise battle?
Let me see. All right, who's been down?
I don't think this will be it, and I've been advocating it for months, and I'm just gonna put it in the world. I would love to see Young Ill and Loso. Loso has been on RBE. He rocks with the platform. You got Aye Verb coming out. I know St. Louis is coming deep. Why not bring Young Ill out? I heard Young Ill's been in talks. Young Ill is one of Loso's inspirations to battle rap influences. Why not, right?
That'll be interesting. Coach Money?
And rumors are clean. It's in RBE or not. So I don't know. I don't know who it could be. I've been so focused on just the way Verb and Mook have been promoting this event.
You know what? Now that you just, I haven't even thought about the surprise battle joint, right? But you just mentioned clean, and I remember at Pearly Gates 2, I was actually impressed by Jay Murda's performance, and I've been critical of him in the past, where like I didn't always see
overly intricate.
Yeah, or he was either too overly intricate, or it was just either a lack of preparation or just too much extra stuff in the battle that kind of turned me off to what he can actually do. But at Pearly Gates 2, I actually saw the side where people have been saying he's a lyricist and he's this. And I was like, yo, I saw that.
He battles the same day, unfortunately.
He does?
Yeah, and Jim's won't be around. So it's crazy. Like, you think about some of the hitters, the faces of RBE, right?
Yeah.
Show Off, Jim's, Jay Murda.
Because I was going to say Jay Murda and QP would have been an interesting battle. And you know what I'm saying?
I would have liked to see Jim's and QP still go down.
Ooh,
Get the grudge out the way.
Oh, man.
But we'll never get this right, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. But we're just fantasizing a little bit.
Facts, man. So
let's talk about all right, I'm going to talk about this match, right? Pat Stay versus Danny Myers. Some people say once this match got announced, the card had two sides. Either they love the card still, or they no longer like the card. Which kind of threw me off, because it's like, okay, Danny Myers has been consistent for years, and he's having a great 2018. And even though he's battling on smaller leagues and battling guys he's supposed to beat,
he's putting a high performance.
He's putting high-level performances against like the same mics in the world in all these different little states.
Facts.
It's crazy, right? And Pat Stay just beat Verb, who's battling Mook in that same room a couple months ago.
And he was good. It wasn't like he just beat him. He was good.
He was good at his debut in New York. You cannot have, if you saw Pat Stay in that building, you would not leave without saying, I'll see Pat Stay again.
Yeah.
Literally, you would have to say to yourself, I'll see Pat Stay again.
He was swagging. He had his lyrics. He had charisma,
He had the jokes.
performance. He had the jokes. He had everything you wanted. He had that lyrical hot water. You know what I'm saying?
But let's playbook it. Who wants to crack it first? For who?
Oh man! All right, here we go. Danny Myers, one of my favorite guys ever because his heart is in this thing. You are battling a giant. You know what I'm saying? In Pat Stay.
He's wanted Pat Stay in the past. Pat Stay's declined it too.
Pat Stay's declined it?
He wanted Pat Stay in the past.
Wow. And now funny thing enough, just to sidetrack a little bit, when Suge wasn't able to battle Pat Stay anymore, and they were saying, hey, who do you want to battle? Pat Stay threw Danny's name out there.
Because he knows.
He did.
Yeah. So that lets me know also that you're not just going to throw somebody's name out there if you ain't prepared for that person. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't have something in mind already.
Right.
Because, you're not going to make it more challenging for yourself. You're going to keep it either on the same level or attack someone who you know you can go after. You know what I mean?
What's on your playbook? What's your X and O's?
My playbook for Danny is that you have to harp on some realism. Now, outside of, I don't know what these guys do in their real life, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I need Danny to go in and expound on Pat Stay's career post coming into America. You know what I'm saying? I want to see a little angle with that. You know what I mean? I want him to go about that to show that, hey, up there you're this guy, but down here with the guys who's really scrapping and getting it in, you can't hang with us. I want him to throw that out there. Other than that, Danny Myers has this thing on cruise control as far as when he battles. I mean, what can I actually say about Danny Myers? Every time he comes out, I'm happy with the performance. There's 3 fire rounds, you know what I'm saying? And he's been stepping it up this year for me. Like, this year, he's really been cooking. Like, the corny bars for me have been, like, fewer and fewer. You know what I'm saying? And it's a more well-put-together Danny. I just want to see him throw a couple of angles in there for me.
Yeah, with Pat Stay being a Canada legend, the most title defenses and king of the dot, and, just actually one of the best to do it.
Yeah.
Really, you can really put him on the all-time list, wherever you want to rank him at. Danny will fully respect Pat Stay, will fully put Pat Stay on a high level and say, you know what, I'm coming to, take his head apart.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly speaking, I think, believe it or not, Pat Stay's going to joke there, but Danny's going to say, nah, I'm going to bar you out every single round. Because there's people, right? There's a lot of people that Danny has battled on RBE, and I love this. Every match that Danny's had on RBE are people that have an attribute that would outshine Danny's punches.
Mm-hmm.
Swave, his presence and his aggression and his angles. You think that will outshine Danny's punches. We have Danny winning on cam. The decision was wrong, whatever. Chilla. You will probably say Chilla's a more in-depth or a more, condensed writer than Danny Myers. What did Danny Myers do? I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Took Chilla apart. Danny's had plenty of matches on RBE where it's like this person's supposed to do this more than Danny. You would think Pat Stay can just use his jokes in his presence, but nah, Danny finds a way. I like this match a lot.
Yeah, Coach Money?
Man, this is going to be a good match. For the simple fact that I think these guys are going to pick each other's careers apart. Like, I think these two are going to go in there and try to kill each other.
These guys going to leave out bloody.
Because Danny's going in there to show, that he's the best rapper on the card. And Pat is going in there to show that he's the big star on the card.
I think Pat is going to go in there to belittle Danny.
Does lightning strike in the same place twice though? Can Pat do what he did again in that building to a Danny? Danny and Verb's two different people.
Absolutely, because I think absolutely. I think he can, man. Pat Stay, it would be a disrespect for me to say that he couldn't. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since he battled there. I don't think he's battled in between, has he?
Pat Stay, no. He barely battled this year. This year he's only battled
right.
the trans.
Right,
no
right.
shame. And that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, so he's
then
good to
Verb.
go, man. You know, Pat Stay is not battling too much. He wants to battle Danny, and I think he is going to go and try to belittle the hell out of Danny. You know, you weren't on SM7. It was in your hometown. You can't get the looks that you want to get on certain platforms, no matter what happens, blah, blah, blah. I think there's plenty of angles for Pat Stay to take there. And like we say, he's funny as hell, too. You know what I mean? So with Pat Stay, an angle can turn into a roast session. So when you get angled and you're getting roasted at the same time, bro, that shit hurts.
That's hard to recover from.
Yeah, that's hard to recover from, bro. So if I'm Pat Stay, I'm
It's almost one of those rounds. It's like, I can't get it.
Yo, when you get angled and roasted, that lyrical miracle shit, man, sometimes it's hard to come back
That's
from.
a
man.
good playbook for Pat Stay.
Yeah, man.
Combine your jokes with the angle. Don't separate the rounds.
Yeah.
Have one bar heavy round. Have one round where you're angling and joking,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there you can probably take it to wherever you got to take it
Do
to.
your little swag bag, whatever you want to do, however he does it. But yeah, man, you got to joke him.
Who has more intangibles here? Pat Stay, obviously, right?
Yeah. Pat Stay has more attack. Because I've never seen Danny be funny. You know what I'm saying? He might have said some bars that might have made me like, damn,
Chuckle.
even his bars don't really make me chuckle. They just made me go, damn, what the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never find myself just busting out laughing when Danny's performing. You know what I'm saying? Not that I want him to try to become a jokester this go around.
No, Danny
you know
won't.
what I mean?
Danny won't change the game plan.
Yeah.
His X's and O's are marked.
Pretty much, man.
But this match is more for Pat Stay to what he can do to combat that.
Exactly.
And Pat Stay has all the ability to counter it. What do you think, Money?
I think Pat Stay is going to try to tear apart the fact that Danny is just strictly like a bar guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, you know what I mean? The bar guy. You know what I mean? He's just a bar guy. And there's so many other attributes that you gotta have in battle rap or whatever. So I think that Pat Stay is definitely going to tap into that and try to show Danny, like, this is how you're supposed to do it. Danny's going to sit there trying to tell Pat Stay, like, oh, you just rap really good, you know what I mean, but you don't have no bars. You can rap, but you don't have no bars. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Does this turn to a preference match, unfortunately?
Somebody's going to win this match clear because you said who?
No, I just said,
No, I do feel like I know who's going to win this match clear.
Put it
You
up there,
understand
then,
what I'm
play.
saying? But, I mean, I think Pat Stay is going to clearly win this match for the simple fact that all Danny is doing is writing. I mean, this is the biggest card of Danny Meyer's career that he's ever been on.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Will we say so? Will we really say that? That's
This is Murda Mook versus Aye Verb.
But is this his biggest match?
No, I ain't saying this is his biggest
This is the
match.
biggest card
I'm saying,
overall.
like, this is the biggest card that
Okay.
Danny's ever been on. Danny has been in New York, you know, on a corner battling Dragon and Lady Luck and all kinds of people, Papoose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's battled all these people before and stuff. And that's another angle for Pat, you know what I mean, to attack into, by the way. And now you get on the biggest card of your career, and you came here to just rap, you know what I'm saying, instead of just tapping into, you know what I mean, this opportunity and what it's going to bring you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
if you appreciate the totality of a battle rapper, then Pat Stay is going to cater to you more because he has the ability to joke. He has the bars and the punches. He can angle. He has the presence. He has more tangibles. He has all the little factors. Well, Danny's just going to go in there and just give you straight lyricism that you have to catch up and keep with, while Pat Stay can be a little easier to digest and find a way to count. You know, this is actually a tougher match for Danny than we're really looking at it.
Yeah, this dude can do everything,
Right.
man.
because Pat has a lot of angles he can attack with Danny. Danny's best bet is to build his defense up in the first round. Danny, I don't know if he should go first or second. This is really, really a tough match for Danny. I don't know, like, if it's in his best interest to go first
Wow,
and try to strip Dan's powers from him,
Yeah.
or just, you know, go second and try to make us forget everything that Pat said. Like, this is a hard matchup for Danny.
It's also a tough matchup when you got one guy who's 100 miles per hour Tasmanian devil, always on go, yelling and screaming. And you got another guy who could just start off with, dude, calm down, bro. And then go into and just make you look like you're doing too
But you know
much.
what?
You know what I mean?
Here's a catch-22 to that.
Mm-hmm.
Pat
Yeah,
Stay
Pat
battled.
Stay can rap.
Pat Stay battled Vegan Verb, which is very passive, right?
Uh-huh.
Just spinning back and forth, lyrical miracle, whatever, right? Closing his eyes, all that good stuff. There was no aggression. Now when Pat Stay actually has aggression and the building erupts right back with him,
Yeah.
Pat Stay has to strategically get the building to turn back to his favor.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning what Pat Stay has to do also could not land. So Pat Stay has a 50-50. Either it's very effective and it negates Danny, or it doesn't land because Danny amped the crowd up too much. That's Danny's biggest hope, that he lands any and everything he needs to do.
Yeah, if he does that. Yeah, but consistently landing haymakers could definitely be a great neutralizer to a nice, clean roasting session. You know what I'm saying?
But then it's so interesting because both the MCs, their biggest battle is kind of with themselves more than their opponent, because Pat Stay is going to craft you 3 different rounds, so there's not going to be an incline or decline. It's just which round's more effective and efficient.
Right.
While Danny has to find a way to incline, which is, this is the most difficult thing to do in battle rap. So it's like they can also beat themselves.
This is gonna be an interesting one. This is a goodie, man.
It is a good match.
It's
Man.
a good
man,
match.
Styles make matches.
I wasn't
Danny
mad at this.
should
I
have
wasn't
took
mad
some
at this
time
match.
off. When Danny got booked for this battle, he should have took some time off and not took no battles. He put a little bit of rust on his pen. I mean, to they're writing for Twerk and taking battles in Nutbush, Tennessee.
Hey, well, he didn't battle Twerk, so they in the vault.
Hey man, I'm not worried about the bar god, the god of bars. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, 5 battles in 6 weeks, I ain't mad.
I ain't worried about Danny, man. This is what he does. You know what I'm saying? And he knows Pat Stay's a legend, so he's definitely locking in. It's just gonna be interesting to see how these guys try to neutralize one another. This is gonna be dope. This is strategy,
or
man.
they neutralize themselves. There's a lot of strategic matches on the card. I love it.
This is a dope, man. This is a dope ass card, man. I'm telling you, it's a dope
man.
card
Like
with great matches,
you have
man.
to. You only appreciate the card if you appreciate style matchups, really.
Facts, and the good thing is, man, after this card is done, if everyone just completes their objective, I think we're all gonna be happy with how this card turns out, man. Because the way that they match these guys up, dope, man, dope match.
Los and Ice, a clash, a mystery. Iron and Big K, a pure rapper and a schemer, right? Pat Stay and Danny, a joker and an angler versus a puncher. Ill Will and Big T, a lyricist and a performer. Swave Sever and Beat-Out, 2 anglers and undefeated in the 3rd round. Like, it's all a complete strategic card. Like, I know these guys are rattling their brains for how they're gonna take their opponent. Like, nobody has an easy vision for this, except maybe one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least in his mind.
Who was that guy?
And that might be Murda Mook.
Ooh.
He might really think this is an easy task.
Easy.
And with that segue, we already talked about Mook, you and IV. So I want to hear what Coach Money has to say about Mook and Verb.
Facts.
I don't know where to start at. It's time for Mook to go down, man.
Whoa.
It is time for Murda Mook to go down.
Now, before you continue, my brother, is this some spillover from this Philly, New York thing that you got going on? You sure?
No.
You sure
No,
this ain't some spillover?
No, it's not.
Okay. So
Nope.
talk to me.
No, it's not, man. It has nothing to do with none of that. I'm just sick of Mook, man. I'm sick of Murda Mook. I'm tired. I'm fed up with Murda Mook, man, and his antics.
Wow.
Damn. This is a
That's how I
shocker.
feel.
Okay, we've talked about it a lot, you and IV, and I'm sure Money's heard our analysis. My analysis has gone a little deeper now for Mook and Verb. Now, I will challenge Mook in this sense, right? Check this out. Sorry about that. We here recording and just people outside of the window just going crazy. I lost my track of thought for a second.
Man. We sit out here to whip, record the episode, and there's some tomfoolery going on in the streets of the city.
My bad about that, people. But listen, I will question Mook in this aspect, right? Mook in his last 3 battles, which has been in the last 10 years, he has masterfully angled his opponents without using gun bars. Young Hot, Iron Solomon, Loaded Lux. But here's the flip side. He was the first person to angle all three of those guys. Nobody angled Iron before Mook. And Hollow kind of angled Lux, but Mook and Lux have pure history. They grew up together. So Mook knows Lux way more than Hollow would ever, right? Verb, there's 1,000 angles to pick at Verb, right? But Verb has 40-something battles. Don't you think there's some wear and tear there? So whatever angle you pick, we've probably heard.
Coach.
I don't know. I mean, what is he going to say if Verb just took a lot of losses? That's all he's going to say, that Verb took a lot of losses. Verb stay active out here.
I mean, we all know Mook to damn near be a, psychologist level with his fucking, breakdowns of cats. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching one interview he was doing, and he was saying before he got a chance to really lock in for Verb or decide, yeah, this is what I'm going with. Like you were saying, there's so many angles that have been taken already that he didn't know where he was going. And then he said, boom, something finally struck him, and he said, I got it. Now, whether that's something that Verb has done in a battle or something that he notices about his character or whatever, for Mook to say, I've got it, and from there, he was locked in and he's ready to rock with it. Because when we did our episode 18 analysis on that, we didn't have any of the talk that was going on. We literally rolled in straight from the event.
Just from data.
Afterwards, straight from data and knocked out. So now, with these guys talking and going back and forth and looking at the interaction between them two,
right?
Has anything changed for you, Coach France, man? Has anything changed for you after seeing these two going back and forth with it?
Shout out to Champion. I'm sure we've all seen. Shout out to Jay Black for dropping that Verb and Tech 9, back and forth.
Actually, I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing.
Okay.
You want to go into it just a little bit for me, brother?
I saw the first half.
Okay.
I catch everything every time I'm loading up, my clips for these playbooks.
I'll be honest, man.
You know what I mean?
Verb was kind of killing Tech in the arguments, but sometimes Tech has his moments where he's not the best debater. Yeah. So I'm not going to hold it to the highest degree of things. But here's my problem, right? And I've heard this on Champion, and if Jay Black ever listens to the show, this is a challenge to Jay Black, actually. He always references Aye Verb's battle with Hitman when you talk about past Aye Verb performances, when you talk about Verb and Mook. Here's the problem. Verb and Hitman, that was Verb's 12th battle. He's had 20-plus battles since then. And in those 20-plus battles in 6 years, you can't reference any one of those performances.
Damn.
I can.
Which one?
Danny Myers.
4 years ago.
Disaster performance.
4 years ago.
All right. New Jersey twerk performance.
You think that's going to be Mook?
Huh?
You think that'll be Mook?
He doesn't have to attack Mook the same way he attacked New Jersey twerk.
Yeah,
he's not going to. There's history there.
I think you can agree with me. Even though you have Verb winning, I have Mook winning, so this is going to be a healthy debate. We don't have a lot of these healthy debates, right? I think you could agree that the Verb you just said, Danny Myers Verb, Goods Verb, Disaster Verb, those are all better than the B-Dot Verb, than the Twerk Verb, and the Pat Stay Verb.
What'd you say?
The 2014 Verb is better than Vegan Verb.
Yeah, but I mean, he's just not loud and super, super aggressive, with the guys he's been battling. He got history of Mook. Man, listen. Verb want this battle. And you know what this battle means. He's not going in there to play with Mook.
He has no choice.
So let me ask you, Coach, being that you're picking Verb, what does Verb has to do to win this battle?
Man, first of all, Verb flew into Philly to film Champion and left the same day. He flew in to shoot the episode and then left and went back to St. Louis.
He's a wild boy, man.
That was real marketing right there.
He's a wild
boy. Verb must have listened to the the episode mid-year roundup. Verb said he ain't even been getting no. He said it ain't no fun. Remember I said that's the key to victory. Everybody saying Verb should eat some chicken and stop being vegan and stuff like that. What did I say? Go back to the episode. I said, no. The power that he need to be stripped from, he don't need to fuck. That's what Verb powers up.
Oh, yeah. The no poom. He said he ain't been getting no poom lately.
Remember I said that? Okay, who said that?
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Verb ain't been getting no pooms, man. I mean, he gonna come with some aggression, bruh.
Verb turned down Gnome for this too, because Verb has to
And
be
you
on
know,
Gnome.
Verb don't turn down no bread. You know, he is a whore when it comes to that bread
Send that
and
bread,
he seeds. You know what I'm saying?
I think Verb has the opportunity to obviously put blood in Mook's mouth. He has to. And it's the thing, right? When Loaded Lux battle Hollow the Don, all Hollow had to do is put blood in Lux's mouth. And then we're like, oh, Hollow won, or Hollow won in the building. So Verb just has to do that, and he beat the bar because nobody else has been able to Mook's been leaving with flawless victories. So the bar is kind of low for Verb, even though he's way past his prime. But then you also have the flip side of things where you think to yourself, historically, Verb doesn't fare well against Harlem, doesn't fare well against New York guys. He just lost in that building. He's past his prime. And if Murda Mook is just above, like whatever we've seen in the past, or just caters to us a little bit of punches, we'll be amazed. He has the element of surprise. And we already said element of surprise, guys, they have it best.
Huge.
And that's why I have Verb winning. Mook is gonna say, "Yeah, I'm the king of battle rap. Yeah, I did it during the Smack DVD days. Yeah, I'm the king of battle rap." But
see, I disagree. I think Mook won't repeat that because Mook already knows this. We know this.
Mook doesn't dive into the same pool twice, man. Like, he doesn't like to repeat what he does, and Mook is a master strategizer. He's one of the greatest neutralizers. Whether you think whether you're satisfied with his performance or whatever, he has a way of neutralizing the other guy by strategizing, by planning out everything, and executing to a T. He does not deviate from his plans. You know what I'm saying?
And let's be honest, it's not that hard. We've seen Verb get negated a lot of times. It's not that
Facts.
hard to diffuse a Verb round. It's not that hard.
And for Verb, and if Mook gets up on him, and gets aggressive and chews his ear off, we haven't seen this guy in like 4 or 5 years. So if Mook is getting off, if Mook comes out like Reed did, holy moly guacamole. You know what I'm saying? If he's coming out firepower, bouncing all around, vintage mode, and continues to step his game up, and you know he's going to punch. You know he's going to punch.
You know what? I disagree. He can't be vintage mode. He has to be modern mode.
When I say vintage mode, I mean all of the classic things that we love from that era, just modernized. You know what I'm saying? Just bringing it up and stepping it up. You know what I mean? And he's smart enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's smart enough to do that. There's so much out there about Verb over all of these years that Mook just has to.
I think the window.
Condense one,
I think there's
punch, and then just drive it home, man.
There's a bigger window for Mook doing good than for Verb doing good.
Yeah. Because if Mook is writing on
I take that back. I take that back.
If Mook is writing on a high level and Verb has to climb up to see Mook, that's going to be a long
It's
climb.
just because, like, listen, I tell you what, when Verb raps, we're going to be like, can you put a dent in the Murda Mook? Can you swell his eye? Can you put some blood in his mouth? Mm-hmm. When Mook raps, you're going to hear a pin drop because everybody's going to say, what the fuck do you have to say?
Facts.
And he will have those ears so attentive to him that if he just gives us something that's good, it's going to be 2 times better than it needs to be good. And unfortunately, this is a Mook weakness, that anything you say to Mook that sounds hot is going to sound better because, in his words, it's going against the greatest.
Right.
I mean, Mook thinks he's the king of battle rap, right? So King's pretty much back and watch over the kingdom and then just collect all the royalties from all the hard work that the people of the kingdom have set out there to have been out there fighting for. You know what I mean? And that's Verb's whole approach. Is that okay? Like, yeah, you helped build the kingdom for us to have something, but we still out here struggling. You're out here in this entertainment world, and what have you done since you've been out here in this entertainment world? Okay, you have a podcast. You know what I'm saying? You just got that. You know what I'm saying? You want outlandish prices to battle. You're not still active in amongst one of us.
But
The word on the street is Mook is living very well.
Yeah, and Mook can also say, hey, man, who got y'all black asses on that BET cypher with Snoop Dogg? Who got y'all black asses to be doing X, Y, and Z? Who got y'all black asses more than 20?
Verb ain't get those opportunities.
Hey, listen, that's Verb. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about what Mook has done for others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and the game plan that he's laid down. So
I don't give a fuck what Mook did about this for nobody else.
But regardless, if we gonna keep it real, and we like to make sports analogies, you can't. If you were modern day running back now, you can't talk about Walter Payton and say, oh, you can't talk about the guys who knocked the doors down for you, the Gale Sayers, the you know what I'm saying, the Jim Browns and all those guys. Even basketball, we all know that. No matter how good LeBron is, he ain't gonna shit on the dudes that broke down the doors and the barriers and got you to get that bread. Mook has been doing that for these cats, whether they like him or not, want to admit it or not. He's the one that's been doing that and pushing that culture forward. So for Verb to act like, if Verb is going to try to take that angle and say, you ain't been helping us, this, that, and the third, I think that's going to be a bad move for him, man. I don't think that's a good look.
No, I disagree. I think Verb using that angle could actually be effective.
But we going to see on Saturday, player. We are going to see if he comes.
He hasn't done nothing particularly for Verb himself. You understand what I'm saying? With total starter.
Yeah, but and who was part of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who headlined that? Who brought Marshall Mathers to the game? Who said, "Hey, Murda Mook, can you be a part of this to help us legitimize this?" And who can we bring into the? Can you help us get these battle rappers so they could be on the show and do all that? Come on, bro.
The headliner was Joe Budden and Hollow.
Look how much Mook was compensated for being on that show compared to what Verb and them said they were compensated to be on that show.
But
you understand what I'm saying?
Listen, there is angles you can use on Mook that Verb could probably open up, right? But I'm gonna challenge you, Money, since you have Verb winning. Can you please tell me the last time you've seen a strongly effective angle in a long format too? Remember, because these rounds are long. A long format round, efficient angle from Verb. Because I will give you the B-Dot, but those are 2-minute rounds.
And please remember that the third round is unlimited, bruh.
He challenged himself.
And
it's a challenge. He hasn't done it before. That's why it's even more of a thrill and a shock value for him to do it, because he hasn't done it. What do you say on Champion? He said he don't like being overworked. He said if you book him for 3 minutes, he going to rap to 2:59. You know what I'm saying?
He loves hard time limits. He loves the hard cutoffs.
But he knows what this match is. Period.
2 5-minute rounds.
When he came up here. Yeah.
It's crazy that we think Pat Stay was able to negate Verb and away, battling in New York for the first time. Mook's return in the crib, we don't think he has a chance to do the same impact?
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, right? Because I make good points. That's the only problem. Like I know a lot of people want Verb to win, and I'm not mad at it. Like you guys want to see it just knocked down, and it will be a very interesting storyline if it happened. And I think it could happen if you pick the right guy, but I just don't think Verb is the guy for it.
Verb is the guy for it. Verb is battle tested. He earned this freaking battle.
No, of course. I'm not saying he didn't earn it. I'm just saying I don't think he's the one that could beat Mook.
Because from a technical aspect of actual rapping, let's look at Verb's music and let's listen to Murda Mook's music. Now, whose music is more tolerable to listen to?
You diving into deep waters there.
Come on.
You angling me. Of course Verb has better music.
Come on.
You angling me there.
Apples ain't got nothing to do with oranges, though, player.
Come on. So from a technical rapping aspect, Verb don't have to do nothing but rap what he's contracted for.
But
he's the creator of moments, so he knows in that third round that he's got to create a moment.
But you know as well as I do, and battle rap is not all rap, and this isn't going to be a rap-matic battle where like these two guys you just want to see their flows and their cadence and their lyrics. This is art of war. This is art of war.
You think that Verb didn't absorb some of New Jersey Troy powers from staying active from when Troy took his hoodie off? Huh? Well, staying out here being active, it's a difference that Verb knows what the crowd wants. You know what I'm saying? A little bit better than Mook. We know, you know what I'm saying, pretty much what Mook's angles are going to be towards Verb already. We know he's going to attack the shit out of Verb's career and how many losses he's had. But at the end of the day, Verb is a warrior. He's fought. I'm not counting that Young Hot battle because Young Hot came up here to get a check. Lux.
And then I know people compare Floyd to Murda Mook, or Mook compares himself to Floyd. And I'm gonna quote Floyd Mayweather when he was about to fight Manny Pacquiao. There's five.
Okay,
I'm gonna quote him. I'm gonna quote him. He said, and verbatim, "There's 5 ways to beat him. There's no ways to beat me. There's plenty of templates to beat Verb. There's not a template out necessarily on how to beat Mook."
That's L.
I mean, Floyd don't run.
He getting that water. He getting that water.
What you said?
Floyd don't run from no fights. That's the difference. Floyd pull up. Floyd pull up on these young niggas. Whoever they say they think is the next nigga that they can take Floyd out, Floyd pull up. Mook don't pull up on nobody but Iron and Lux.
Mook is a mercenary, man. He's pulling up for that check.
Not to be a pessimistic person, what's the likelihood that this battle doesn't exceed any, doesn't sell to its level?
There's definitely a strong chance that it doesn't, and I think it's more so on one side than the other. From our talks, from previous, analysis, I think we all know that I believe Murda Mook is going to win this thing. That third round scares me, that unlimited round, because if the first 2 rounds are 5 minutes and Verb actually wraps to the 5 minutes, and then there's a third round with no time cap, and Mook gets to kick all the shit he wants to kick.
I hope Verb doesn't stumble.
That's where I was going with that. I'm long-winded, brother, but that's where I'm going with that. I'm hoping that he does not do the stumbling, fumbling, bumbling joint. You know what I'm saying? Don't trip over your words. Make sure you get in that water, Verb. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I just want to put it out there. Whether I think Mook is going to win or not, I always root for a super fire battle. I don't want to just see, one guy come up in there and beat up on another dude. I want to see a classic back and forth. But that long third scares me so that we can get to fumble land. You know what I'm saying? And I'm nervous about that.
If we get a classic back and forth, Verb wins.
Yeah, because it's gonna look because after we dissected, you can clearly pick a winner. Yeah. But from eye test alone and just from the job that he was set out to do,
I can see why Bad Money definitely has Verb winning, just because the expectation of what Verb needs to do to actually win is so high. And but then the thing is, then I would say you're not just gonna 30 Verb, but we've seen Verb get 30 a handful of times.
And what if Verb bring Hitman out? What if Verb bring Young Hit out, huh?
Man, we ain't doing none of that, man.
I'm not condoning that for that battle.
Listen, man, this is the mano y mano one-on-one battle.
If they, you know what I'm saying, like recreate that Serious Jones moment that Mook is known for. Yeah.
Oh no, man, it's gonna be. Yeah, I don't know. Nah, I just want to see these fools one-on-one, man. I don't want to see Mook bringing nobody up. I don't want to see Verb bringing nobody up. I don't want to see Mook do a Showtime.
He's going to do a Showtime, though. But,
I mean, it's worked with a couple cats doing that.
People have flipped it.
People have flipped it for sure.
I think Mook punches. No, I think Mook opens an angle, entertains. I think Mook gives you a round of pure punches. I think Mook reverts back to the original angle and pulls the curtains on the whole masterpiece.
I'm going to reverse your first 2 rounds. I think he's going to come out punching heavy.
First round punch and then angle? I think he's going to open it up and then punch.
We going to see. That's going to be fire, man.
I think he's going to punch second round because he wants to incline it. And he's going to want to, keep the momentum there. If he's opening up in the first round, you're gonna be interested because it's his first round back. Second round back, he can steal the thunder.
Right.
Damn, man. Brick by brick, Rare Breeds card, RBE, Saturday, August 18th, Club Drum. Tickets are sold out. Get y'all pay-per-views now. Order it. Support battle rap culture.
Bad Money, before we close on out of here, I have one quick question. You don't have to get long-winded or answer it, but everybody compares Mook to all these things, LeBron, Jordan, Floyd, but in reality, Murda Mook and Loaded Lux, if you were to compare them to anybody, I would compare them to Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. What do you think of that?
Mook has losses, man. Mook lost to Jay Mills. Mook lost to Party Hardy. Mook is not undefeated. He beat He lost to Lux the first time.
He beat Lux the first time.
I disagree.
Hey, opinions are like assholes, and they all stink. You heard?
I prefer Lux. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Mook gets a lot of credit for a whole lot. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I don't like. There's a lot of accolades you could call him, but I prefer to give him those accolades. I feel like he's more of just the pioneer face and the legend you're always gonna respect and have in the history books for stuff. You know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, but I'll never discredit Mook's legacy. He is who he is. You know what I mean? He's number one. I'm not going to sit there and take it away from him. He is number one.
Boy, if Verb
it's
wins
time
the shit
for
talking,
a changing of the guard.
if Verb wins the shit talking, it's
If
going to
Mook
be endless.
wins the shit talking,
Yeah, the shit talking is going to be endless no matter what. So
Mook's going to be in the club on IG going ham that night, kid. He's going to be live all night if he beats Aye Verb.
I'm taking off the papers off my clipboard. I'm putting my pen in my pocket. I'm done, and I'm ready for Saturday.
Y'all can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
Take us home,
This
V.
shit's going to be crazy.
Hey, listen, man. Everyone, you have been tuned in to the Let's Talk Battle Rap podcast. Follow Coach Money on Twitter at BadMoney29. Follow us, Program V and LTBR Podcast. Rate, comment, subscribe. Drop us a line, all right? And until next time, continue to tune in.
Thank you for tuning in to the official RBE Brick by Brick Playbook.
Yes, sir. I couldn't have said it better, friends. And until next time, y'all, we going to catch y'all. Peace.
Going to go length of the court with Archie Diacono. 3 seconds at midcourt.
Jenkins
Gives it to Jenkins for the championship.